I want to answer this one because, well, let me read you the question. It says, can't figure out why I'm here. Has to be more than being a parent, with a little heart next to it. Let me just say to you, brother or sister, I feel you. I get it. I totally get it. Let me say a couple of things. One of the realities of when we think about the call of the Christian life is sometimes we can have experiences and then think, I shouldn't feel that way. But part of walking on this planet in a world that is not perfect is that we have ups and downs. And so somebody can feel this way and then say, what's my problem? I should only be overjoyed about being a parent or being in this particular role I'm in. It's okay to feel tired by things sometimes. So if you're in a season right now where you're saying, I'm taking care of kids or one child, whatever it is, and this feels exhausting to me, acknowledge it, because it's not going to help you to say, well, I feel that way, but I'm just going to kid myself and pretend I don't. And P.S., God already knows you feel tired. You know, if you say, God, I'm going to tell you something today, I feel tired of being a parent, he is not in heaven saying, I had no idea. Just the reality. He's looking and saying, thank you for acknowledging that to you and to me. So let me say that first. Be okay sometimes that everything's not okay. Part of the role of being a parent is just fatiguing. I say about my own children, I have two. Stella's 8, Hudson's 5. Stella's 9, Hudson's 5. I often say that they're beautifully inefficient. That's part of who they are as kids. If I want to get A and B done, I don't ask them to do it. It's just they're not effective in getting things done quickly. But there's a beauty in who they are and what they offer us. The deeper question here is, why am I here? It's got to be more than just being a parent. When you read the scriptures, it would be great if the Bible just said, you are here, and then fill in the blank. But it doesn't say it that explicitly. But what we do know from reading the scriptures is that you are made to know and love God and be loved by him, and in turn to love others. That is why we are on this planet. God did not need to create human beings or anything. He is and was sufficient and completely content in and of himself in this community of the Trinity, Father, Son, and Spirit. There was no lack of love and connection, and yet, by the nature of who he is as a creative being, he makes the entire universe, and the culmination of all his creation is humanity. And then he makes you and me to know him and to be in relationship with him. And so fundamentally, you are made to know God and to connect with God. And then the outflow of that is that we help God know others. And I want to say that because it can be easy to look around and say, how do I help others know God? It sounds to me like there are some little people in your house that God has put in your charge, and you're to help them to come to know God. Unless you think, well, if I was working with adults, it'd be a lot easier because things happen really efficiently, whereas with kids, they don't. Human beings are inefficient across the board. And so just to help a young child walk closer and closer with God a little bit every day, that's a calling. That it doesn't always feel like a blessing, because sometimes there are just challenges, but that is a calling and a blessing that God has placed in your life. It's a responsibility. And to be candid with you, these guys have spent time on college campuses. I used to work as a campus minister at UNH. I worked with students in junior high and senior high. If more parents would pour their heart and soul into helping themselves and their kids know who Jesus is and walk closely with him, then there would be a lot less trouble going on in the world. And so take heart. You have a beautiful and good calling that God has placed in your life by the gift that he's given you of these children.